You're standing in front of an ATM at a hardware store. You need to buy a $6 part. You insert your debit card. But before you type your PIN, you stop. You look at the card slot. You pull it gently. It doesn't move. It's clean. No device. You check every time now. Every ATM. Every gas pump. Every card reader. You'll check for the rest of your life. Not because you're paranoid. Because you built the thing you're checking for. This is how it started. Level 1. The reader. You're 23 years old, and you work at a gas station off the interstate. $11 an hour. You work the night shift because nobody else wants it. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 8 hours of watching headlights pull in and pull out. You sell cigarettes and energy drinks and lottery tickets to people who don't look at you. You're behind bulletproof glass for most of the shift. The glass has a scratch down the middle from something you don't want to know about. Your apartment is a studio above a laundromat. The washing machines shake the floor until midnight. The rent is $750 a month. Your take-home is $1,300. After rent and electric and the bus pass, because your car died in February and you can't afford to fix it, you have about $180 left. For food. For everything. $180 for the month. You eat from the gas station. Employee discount. 30% off anything on the hot roller or in the warmer. You eat hot dogs and taquitos and pizza slices that have been sitting under a heat lamp since your shift started. That's dinner. Every night. A guy comes in at 2 a.m. on a Thursday. He doesn't buy anything. He walks to the ATM in the corner of the store. He doesn't use it. He kneels in front of it for about 45 seconds. Then he stands up and walks out. You watch on the security monitor. You don't say anything because nothing happened. He didn't break anything. He didn't take anything. He just knelt in front of the ATM and left. He comes back 2 days later. Same time. 2 a.m. He kneels in front of the ATM again. This time you watch more carefully on the monitor. He's doing something with the card slot. Attaching something over it. A thin piece of plastic that fits perfectly over the existing slot. Then he places something on the top edge of the ATM near the screen. A tiny strip. Almost invisible. He stands up and walks out. The whole thing takes less than a minute. You walk over to the ATM after he leaves. You look at the card slot. It looks normal. You wouldn't know anything was different unless you were looking for it. You pull the card slot gently. It moves. There's a device underneath. A skimmer. A thin magnetic stripe reader that sits over the real card slot and reads every card that gets inserted. The strip on top is a pinhole camera aimed at the keypad. It records the pin. He comes back a week later. 2 a.m. He walks to the ATM. He removes the skimmer and the camera. He walks to the counter. He looks at you. He knows you saw. You know he knows. He slides $200 across the counter. He says he'll be back next month. He says if the skimmer stays untouched for the full month, he'll pay $500. He says if you call the cops, he'll know because the camera also records the store. You know this is wrong. $200 is 3 shifts. $500 is almost a full week. You take the $200. You don't call the cops. Level 2. The clone. His name is Ray. Ray is 34. Ray has been skimming for 6 years. He's never been caught because he never touches the stolen money directly. Ray installs skimmers. Ray collects data. Ray sells the data to someone else who makes the cards. Ray explains how it works. The skimmer reads the magnetic stripe data from every card inserted into the ATM. The stripe contains the card number, expiration date, and a service code. The pinhole camera captures the PIN as the customer types it. Ray downloads the data from the skimmer onto a laptop. In 1 month, a busy gas station ATM processes 300 to 500 cards. 300 cards with pins. Ray sells the data in batches. 50 cards for $500 to a buyer who clones the cards onto blank white cards using a magnetic stripe writer. The writer costs $300 online. The blanks cost 10 cents each. The buyer loads the stolen card data onto the blanks and withdraws cash from ATMs using the stolen pins. $500 per card. $250,000 from 1 month of one skimmer on one gas station ATM. Ray doesn't clone. Ray doesn't withdraw. Ray just installs and collects. The distance between Ray and the money is what keeps Ray free. Ray offers you a job. Not watching the skimmer anymore. Installing them. Ray has 12 locations across 3 counties. Gas stations, convenience stores, standalone ATMs in bars and restaurants. Each location needs a skimmer installed and removed every 30 days. Ray can't do all 12 himself. He needs a second installer. The pay is $1,000 per location per month. You install the skimmer. You remove it 30 days later. You hand the device to Ray. Ray downloads the data. Ray pays you cash. 12 locations. $12,000 a month. You make $11 an hour at the gas station. $12,000 a month is more than you make in a year. You learn the craft. Every skimmer is custom built to fit a specific ATM model. Ray makes them from 3D printed shells molded from real card slots. He takes a silicone mold of the actual ATM card reader and prints a shell that fits over it perfectly. The plastic matches the ATM color exactly. Beige for the gas station models. Gray for the bank models. Black for the standalone units and bars. Each one is different. Each one is invisible. The magnetic reader inside is thinner than a credit card. It reads the data from the magnetic stripe as the card slides through. The customer feels nothing different. The card goes in. The card comes out. The transaction works normally. The only difference is the skimmer copied everything on the stripe before the ATM even saw it. The pinhole camera runs on a battery that lasts 45 days. The lens is the size of a pen tip. It sits on a strip that blends into the ATM frame along the top edge near the screen. It records downward at an angle. It captures every finger that touches the keypad. Every pin. For digits. That's all it needs. The whole device weighs less than a cell phone. It installs in 45 seconds and removes in 30. No tools. No wires. Snap on. Snap off. You install your first skimmer at a gas station 20 miles from where you work. 2 a.m. No customers. The parking lot is empty. One streetlight buzzing. You walk in like a customer. You walk to the ATM. You kneel. You snap the skimmer over the card slot. You place the camera strip along the top edge. 45 seconds. You stand up. You look at it. It looks like the ATM has always looked. You wouldn't know. Nobody would know. You walk out. Your hands don't shake. You've watched Ray do it 3 times. You know exactly how it fits. The parking lot is still empty. The streetlight is still buzzing. Nothing changed. Everything changed. Level 3. The network. 6 months in. You install skimmers at 12 locations every month. You rotate them every 30 days. You drive a route that covers 3 counties. Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. Always between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Always alone. You have the route memorized. Gas station on Route 4. Convenience store on Oak Street. The standalone ATM in the back of a sports bar that closes at midnight. The ATM in the lobby of a motel that never locks the front door. 12 stops. 12 skimmers. 12 invisible machines reading cards while the owners sleep. You develop a rhythm. Drive to the location. Park around the side. Walk in. Kneel. 45 seconds. Stand. Walk out. Drive to the next one. For locations per night. 3 hours. You're home by 5 a.m. You sleep until noon. You go to the gas station for your shift at 10 p.m. Nobody knows about the 3 hours before. The data from your 12 skimmers produces an average of 4,000 cards per month. 4,000 card numbers with pins. Ray sells them in batches through encrypted channels. The buyers are overseas mostly. Eastern Europe. Southeast Asia. They clone the cards and withdraw cash from ATMs in their own countries. The fraud hits American bank accounts, but the withdrawals happen in Romania and Thailand and the Philippines. By the time the cardholder notices a charge from Bucharest on their statement, the money is gone. The bank reverses the charge. The bank eats the loss. The cardholder gets their money back. Nobody goes to prison for one ATM withdrawal in Bucharest. The crime is too small and too far away for anyone to chase. That's the design. That's why it works. You never see the buyers. You never touch the cloned cards. You never withdraw a dollar. You install and remove. That's your job. The distance between you and the stolen money is 3 people deep. Ray to the data buyer to the cloner to the ATM in Bucharest. You're at the beginning of a chain that ends 10,000 miles away. Ray pays you $12,000 a month in cash. You still work at the gas station. $11 an hour. Night shift. The gas station is your cover. The job is the mask. The mask is what keeps the real work invisible. You move to a better apartment. 1 bedroom. No laundromat underneath. The floor doesn't shake. You buy a car. Used but reliable. You pay cash. You buy your dad a new washing machine because his broke 6 months ago, and he's been going to the laundromat every Sunday. You tell him you got promoted to assistant manager at the gas station. He believes you. He always believes you. The washing machine cost $800. Your last 30-day cycle across 12 locations netted you $12,000. The washing machine is 6.7% of 1 month. Your dad does laundry at home now for the first time in 6 months. He doesn't carry his clothes to the laundromat anymore. He calls you on Saturday mornings to tell you how nice it is to just do laundry at home. Every call is a thank you for something bought with stolen card numbers from gas station ATMs at 2 in the morning. You see a news segment one night during your shift at the gas station. A local station running a story about ATM skimming. A woman on camera crying. Someone drained her account. $800. She says she doesn't know how it happened. She says she only used the ATM at the gas station near her house. She's standing in front of a gas station. Not your gas station. One of your 12 locations. You installed the skimmer there 3 weeks ago. You're watching her cry on the TV behind the counter at your own gas station. The news anchor says investigators are looking into a pattern across multiple locations. You change the channel. Your coworker asks why. You say you don't like the news. Level 4. The pattern. The Secret Service investigates financial crimes. Not the FBI. The Secret Service. Most people think they only protect the president. They don't. The Secret Service was created in 1865 to combat counterfeiting, and they still handle financial crime. Credit card fraud. ATM skimming. Card cloning operations. This is their jurisdiction. A Secret Service Financial Crimes Task Force notices a pattern. The same ATM models at gas stations and convenience stores across 3 counties are producing unusually high rates of card fraud complaints. The complaints spike every 30 to 45 days. Then they drop. Then they spike again. The cycle matches a skimmer installation and removal schedule. They pull security footage from the locations. The cameras inside the stores are low quality, grainy, black and white, but they show the same figure at the same time. 2 a.m. Kneeling in front of the ATM, 45 seconds. Standing up. Walking out. The figure appears at 9 of the 12 locations. Same build. Same jacket. Same time window. They cross-reference the dates with the fraud complaint spikes. Every installation date matches a spike 30 days later. Every removal date matches the spike ending. They don't arrest you immediately. They install their own cameras. Hidden ones. High definition. Pointed at the ATMs in 3 of your locations. They wait for the next installation cycle. You install the skimmer at a gas station on a Tuesday at 2:15 a.m. You don't see the camera above the emergency exit sign. It sees you. Your face. Your hands. The skimmer. The card slot. 45 seconds of evidence in high definition. They follow you to your car. They run the plates. Your name. Your address. Your gas station employment record. They follow you to 3 more locations that night. For installations in 1 night. For skimmers. For cameras recording everything. They wait 30 days. They let you remove the skimmers. They let you hand the devices to Ray. They follow Ray to his apartment. They follow the data from Ray's laptop to the encrypted channel. They follow the channel to a buyer in Bucharest. The chain. Beginning to end. They arrest Ray on a Wednesday morning at a coffee shop. Ray has 2 skimmer devices in his backpack and a laptop with 14,000 card numbers on the hard drive. Ray says nothing. They arrest you at the gas station. During your shift. Behind the bulletproof glass. 2 agents walk in at 2 a.m. Your shift. Your time. They show badges. Secret Service. Not police. You didn't expect Secret Service. You expected police. The badge is different. The charge is different. Federal. Your manager is asleep in the back office. He wakes up to handcuffs clicking behind the counter. Your coworker on the morning shift arrives at 6 a.m. and finds the store empty. Nobody behind the glass. The charges are federal conspiracy to commit access device fraud and aggravated identity theft. The total across all 12 locations over 14 months is estimated at $1.2 million in fraudulent withdrawals. You never touched the money. You never cloned a card. You never withdrew $1. The skimmers did. The distance you kept between yourself and the money doesn't matter. The law doesn't measure distance. The law measures intent. You installed the devices. You knew what they were for. That's enough. Ray gets 6 years. You get 3 years and 2 months because you cooperated and because you never touched the funds directly. Your lawyer argued distance. The judge said distance is not innocence. You do 29 months with good behavior. You're 26 when you get out. You move back in with your dad. You sleep in your old room. The washing machine you bought him is still in the laundry closet. It still works. He uses it every Sunday. He doesn't know where the money came from. He just knows his son bought him a washing machine when it's broke, and that's the kind of thing a good son does. You get a job at a warehouse. $13 an hour. You scan packages. Some of them contain credit cards. New cards mailed to customers. You scan them and put them on the belt and send them out. You don't think about what's on the magnetic stripe. You don't think about the data. You think about the $13. You go to the bank on Friday to deposit your paycheck. You walk up to the ATM. You insert your card. You type your PIN. You stop. You look at the card slot. You pull it gently. It doesn't move. It's real. It's clean. No skimmer. You check every time now. Every ATM. Every gas pump. Every card reader at every store. You wiggle the slot. You look for the camera. You check. You'll check for the rest of your life. Not because you're paranoid. Because you know what's there when nobody's checking. You built it. You installed it. You know exactly what 45 seconds looks like from the other side. Your dad calls you that night. He tells you the washing machine is making a funny noise. He asks if you can come look at it this weekend. You say yes. You drive to his house on Saturday. You open the machine. The drum bearing is worn. It needs replacing. The part costs $40. You buy it with your debit card at a hardware store. You insert the card into the reader at the register. You look at the slot first. You always look at the slot first. $40. From a debit card. At a hardware store. To fix a washing machine you bought with money from stolen credit cards skimmed from gas station ATMs at 2 in the morning. The machine is still running on the original crime. The bearings are new. The crime isn't. That's the math. That's always the math. The math doesn't stop when you do. The math keeps running. The machine keeps spinning. And the card slot is always the first thing you check.